Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If Sagittarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a Two of Wands. You're in a real sort of take charge mode right now. I feel like the Two of Wands is sometimes kind of about us pushing against other, not so much forms of authority, but other people in our lives that might be also very strong personalities. It could be that there is a sort of clash of personalities going on in your life right now. Because I think that you surround yourself with very strong people, and you are very strong too. They say you are the company that you keep. And so I feel like you're really trying to associate yourself with more and more people that bring out the best qualities in you, and presumably you in them as well, right? But I think you're just about to make like a really big sort of move in your life, okay? The Two of Wands is sometimes about that kind of conflict with people. I don't know if there's a situation now where everybody has a great idea and there's sort of one great idea that's going to rise to the top, But I feel right now in your life you're acknowledging that you have greater control over things than you thought. Okay? And you're somebody who you like control. You like to know that your efforts and your actions, your decisions, your life makes a difference. And it does. Yeah. I feel that people look to you for leadership. And I feel that you're sort of one of those reluctant leaders, that you don't particularly enjoy being the leader, but you'll do it, and you'll do it well if you need to. It's not something that you seek out, right? But I think a lot of people are looking to you for leadership right now because people see your strength. And it's a burden, it's a responsibility, but it's one that you are more than capable of, okay? I feel like right now is a good time for any kind of big changes in your life. And it's kind of like you have the confidence that says, yeah, if I want to switch careers, if I want to move to a different place, if I want to go live in a different country, I can and I will. I think I will is the big sort of key phrase, the big mantra for you right now. I will. Okay, this card is all about the will. And I feel that this is you sort of expanding what you realize is possible for you in your life. Yeah. Very, very strong energy. Now, we're going to put this into some context with some more cards, as we usually do here. We've got a Seven of Swords. Okay, well, that makes sense. There's still some planning that needs to be done. We don't want to be impulsive, right? So the will sort of stops in the air energy and says, okay, if this is what we will, right? If we're going to have this big plan, if we're going to say, okay, I'm going to change jobs, careers, life path, I'm going to go live in a foreign country for however long. If we're going to make these big sort of life-changing decisions in our world, we've got to be willing to look at all the different angles. Okay, so we've got a Seven of Swords. Not a bad card. Every card has light and shadow. We've got a Knight of Cups down here. We've got a Two of Cups over here. We've got the Death card up there, and we've got the Ten of Wands in the future position. I do think now is a good time for teamwork, for partnerships. Yeah. A Seven of Wands. Now we're getting a good trend of the fire energy. And we've got the Leo energy, the lust or strength card. 10 of Swords. But that's the card we don't want. Makes sense that it's there. the Eight of Swords over here. So right away I notice we don't have a lot of earth cards, okay? So we have this fiery impulse to do this thing, to make these big changes. We have this big will. You have this really big like personality right now. This very large kind of stature. And it's running into a problem with the planning phases of things. Okay, because we got 7. We're trying to avoid the 10, and we kind of end up with an 8. Okay, it's not great, but it's not, at least it's not a 10, right? So Spirit's kind of saying, let's make sure that we plan this thing out very, very thoroughly before we move ahead with it. But let's be careful with all this air energy too, okay? And now we're going to select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it here with Tiny Bob Ross right on top. Happy little Bob. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, and it will give us our confirmation at the end of the reading. If you have a prediction, please put it down in the comments. It's good to practice your intuition. We need that. We need the intuition here because we've got a lot of swords cards. Okay? I see that you're motivated to do something extraordinary. You got the Two of Cups. You've got the Knight of Cups. I feel like you've sort of discovered your gift and you want to share it with the world. You have perhaps that great idea. You've discovered what it is that you're truly good at and that you want to sort of share with the world. And you have the will to do it. You have the impulse to do it. That fiery creative energy is here, a lot of it, right? But I feel like we're running into some issues with the planning and maybe with the group dynamic, okay? I feel that it is, it's important that we consider who our teammates are right now, okay? I feel like you're surrounded with a lot of passionate people. Everybody's really passionate. Everybody has a lot of good ideas. But there needs to be cooperation in terms of the planning, the organizing. There needs to be effective communication between all the team members. And this could be family. This could be something at your career, your workplace. It could be your friends. It could be a creative collaboration, whatever it might be. I feel like there's a really big decision that you're trying to make, or there's really a big life change that you're about to undergo, and you're having a difficult time sort of organizing your thoughts and organizing the other people that are involved and really getting the planning kind of completed, okay? It could be that you're surrounded by a lot of passionate people. It's like everybody is an executive chef. Nobody wants to be the line cook. We got no earth energy here, right? We've got a lot of good ideas, a lot of intention, a lot of will, a lot of passion and creativity. We got a lot of talking, a lot of back and forth, a lot of paperwork. We don't have the action. We don't have the behavior and the steps, the proactive steps to move forward with something, okay? So we've got our major arcana, 2 of them. We got the Death card and we've got the Strength or Lust card. I think that you are looking for really like a life transformation. You're thinking of something big, okay? And I think everything that we've got in between the fire and what should be the earth energy, which is mainly this air stuff, I think this is you really looking before you leap, okay? And that's good. We need to do that. But too much of it is going to be a problem, right? So we see the major arcana. I think you have a lot of courage. I think you're surrounding yourself with people that are very excited about your idea. People are very enthusiastic. You've got the right team together. But as we see here, the majors, we've got fire. We've got the water inside and behind everything, which is very good. Shows that this is coming from a place of love, a place of connection, of wanting to build and construct. Right? Your big decision in life, this big change that you want to make, is something that feels good, it feels right, and you know that this is going to sort of improve your life, right? But then we run into a lot of air energies, okay? And that is sort of preventing us from getting any earth cards. Now, maybe the mystery card will be some earth energy. I hope so. Because I want to see all of this materialize. Okay? I want to see it all materialize. The Seven of Swords is you looking at all angles of this to try to find the best approach. Okay? Is if you can see the goal. Like I want to, like I don't know, I feel like maybe something in Asia. I don't know if there's an Asian connection with you. But we know the long-term goal. We know the destination, you know. And we're having a difficult time figuring out the best route to get there. You know, when you put a destination into your GPS and it kind of gives you like 3, 4, 5, 6 different ways that you could go. In your case, maybe 7 different ways that you could go. It's difficult to choose the best one. Well, that may be faster going that way, but I don't know. It's gonna be a longer distance, or you're gonna use more gas, or this way over here. Maybe it may take a lot longer, but it's going to have other benefits too. It's going to save you money, or it's going to be whatever. You can have the right people involved if you try to rush it going this way. Maybe you're rushing through it, maybe maybe a shortcut, but maybe there's more obstacles, more chance for things to go wrong. The Seven of Swords is kind of trending toward entropy. It's trending toward chaos, confusion, and at the very least, complexity. Okay? And we kind of see the complexity increasing a little bit. We've got to do something about that. But this is a good card because it forces you to look at different sides of things, look at different avenues, different approaches, different strategies for how you pull off this really big move, this really big thing in your life. Okay, Spirit's telling you to gather the right people around you. Gather the right people around you, and I don't know exactly what that means. If that has something to do with this strength card, this lust card, right? That maybe you have a lot of very strong, creative people around you, but are they the right people to sort of cooperate together? Are there too many really big personalities here that everybody's sort of clashing? Nobody really wants to work together as a team, right? Things to consider, things to think about here. Also, Spirit's showing me the pressing of flowers in a book or something. I don't know what the significance is of that. Maybe it's the book that's significant. If it is, what is that book? Right? Maybe it's the flower or where you got the flower that is significant. Consider that in terms of how you go about pulling off this really big move. Okay? I'm not sure what that means, but this is a question for you. The Seven of Swords is also taking in consideration and criticism from other people in your life. Okay, there are people around you that may be some naysayers. Okay, and it could be the naysayers are in your own head too. It could be really this just kind of a voice in the back of your mind that just says, "No, you can't do it. This isn't. It's not possible." Maybe you do want to go live in a foreign country. And there's parts of you that say, there's no way to do it. It's so complicated, the passports, the visas, the getting a job, learning the language, the culture, like it's just not practical. I'm getting older, like I don't have all the money to do it. There's a lot of reasons not to do it, okay? But I kind of see you pushing past this because we've got this Knight of Cups underneath everything. This is a real desire for you to express what is within you. This card's all about the giving and receiving of love and affection. Okay. Also, I'm getting kind of a sense that there is a money thing coming in. There is earth energy on its way here. Yeah. I don't know if we're talking mystery card, maybe it's going to be a representative of that, or if you're waiting for something to come in. If you're waiting for a big settlement or a big paycheck or the bonus, or you're waiting for the tax return or something. It's kind of late for that, but maybe. Something you're expecting. Yeah, that's going to really sort of help things out here. And maybe the Seven of Swords is in some ways kind of saying that if you don't get that, what are you going to do? Okay, if you don't have, if you don't get that that sum of money, if somehow it doesn't come in, then what's the backup plan? Okay, but the Knight of Cups is all about the giving and receiving of love and affection. This is something that you feel is an expression of you, and I don't know if you're maybe moving somewhere to be with somebody or to go start at somebody's company that they want you to come work for them, or your friend is over there and you're going to go and start this new life there with a friend. Now, it doesn't have to be an international move. It could be switching jobs, careers, switching focus, switching religions. I don't know. It's a big move for you in some sense, maybe physically, but maybe not physically. Okay. But you feel right. It's something that is allowing you to connect with who you really are, and kind of what, like what you really feel you need to do. Also, Spirit showing me the month of October. I don't know what that is, if that's some sort of a deadline. It's coming up pretty soon. If that is kind of the time frame that we're looking at, or if there's some other significance about October for you. Okay. I feel like this is something big that you're doing, not only to connect with who you are and what you believe is sort of meant for you, and this feels like it's just the right thing, and I feel you're very excited over this sort of big shift. But I feel like it's in some way leading you to connect with somebody. Yeah, or maybe reconnect or something like this. Okay. Now, the Two of Cups in the background is kind of the same sort of thing. For some of you, now, okay, the Two of Cups is a card called love, and the very obvious meaning is it's connecting two people together in a romantic way. Okay? But it doesn't have to be that. Okay? It does not have to be romantic connection, but I feel that for some of you, this is a connection with someone in the relatively recent past that has now sort of motivated you to make a very big shift in your life. It could be an internal shift. It could be a shift. Maybe you're converting to a different religion. Maybe that's it. Maybe you're going to do a move. Maybe you're moving in together. Maybe you're starting a business together. Maybe this is you going to work for them, if it's a friend kind of thing, or it's a business association. It doesn't have to be romance, but it is an intimate connection. It is a very strong bond with whoever this person is. Okay? They may be a Cancer person or a Cancer Leo maybe person. Okay? Because of the other cards that we see here. It's possible that they're a Pisces person because of this Death card, though I think the Death card is the way that you're kind of like, you're stepping back from life and you're thinking, this is it, life is really happening here. Your evolution is like, I'm seeing it, like things are happening, And I kind of feel with that Two of Wands that you have a special connection with this Death card now, that you understand how to nudge the river, that you understand how to be like a co-creator with spirit, with the universe. Yeah. So it's kind of a recognition and an appreciation for all of the transformation that you've been undergoing. I feel like you're looking at your life in a new way, from a very objective kind of point of view, and you're able to see how far you've come, how far you've grown in your personal development. And this is really a good thing for people to do, because a lot of the time we get down on ourselves because the things that we're working on in the moment are frustrating. Things aren't going according to plan and having difficulties. There are obstacles. Take a step back and, really give yourself a hug, pat yourself on the back, because you're doing your will. Even though right now it seems that there's some difficulties, you're doing your will, and you have found that will, right? You have found that love. You have found that sort of aspiration of what you want to do, and you're in the middle of doing it, trying to make it happen. That's an accomplishment, right? And taking a step back too to appreciate how different things are now than how they were 5 years ago. What was 5 years like for you? 5 in the past, right? And then we wonder what 5 years in the future is going to be. It's all about the bigger picture here. I do think that you've had kind of an uncanny experience of your past lives. I don't know what that energy is that's coming in, but you have some appreciation for that. That death card goes beyond 5 years, 10 years. It goes back 100, 1,000 years, right? You have some sort of connection with your past life. Either you've done past life work, or you have a specific awareness of a significant past life for you, okay? The 10 of Wands, we're talking about kind of the 5 years in the past and then 5 years in the future. Where do you think things are going to be? Spirit says keep going. Spirit says don't stop what you're doing, okay? Because this is going to be something that you are going to accomplish. The two of Wands is kind of you making that decision that says, pound on your desk, say, I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. I will it to be, right? That's the 2. Kind of taking that stand and beginning something and saying, this is it. I'm making the decision now to push against the inertia of gravity and get myself up and start doing it. The 10 of Wands is you completing that task, right? The fulfillment of your will, okay? If it is your will to, move to China, then this is it, right? This is the accomplishment of that. And I like the 10 of Wands because it shows sort of 2 against the world. So I feel like it's a team effort, but I feel like there's one special person involved other than you. Okay, you're the most special. But there's one other person too. Okay? And I feel that this is an indication here of a very powerful partnership and interdependence, right? That the connection that you have here with whatever this energy is, or if it's a person, I feel like it really is resulting in power. You and this other thing come together. 1 + 1 equals more than 2. In this case, equals 10, right? It becomes you're a power couple, right? You're a dynamic duo. I don't know if it's a friend, if it's a family member, if it's a romantic partner, if it is something other, if it is an entity, a spirit, if it's part of yourself, if it's your soul, your true self, could be, okay? But coming together with this energy creates a powerhouse of creative energy. It's absolutely stunning, right? Beautiful. And this card's very special because it is Saturn in Sagittarius. This is one of your special cards, okay? And I think that this is talking about the discipline that it's going to require for you to harness. We think about all this energy around you. You've got to be the one to sort of harness it and channel it and push it forward. Kind of reminds me of Street Fighter, to harness all that energy and apply it toward what your life will be, what your goals are. This isn't the only one. This is almost just the beginning. This big shift in your life is this is where it all starts for you. Okay? Now we're going to talk about the path of the serpent. And as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It helps out the channel, and I appreciate that. We need to support all of our favorite tarot readers. Not just me, I know I'm your number 1 favorite, but all of the other tarot readers on YouTube that you value and appreciate, please like their videos, leave a comment, even if it's just to say hi, tell them Dove and Serpent Tarot sent you, subscribe to the channel and share the videos, watch them all the way through till the end. These are the best ways to support our favorite tarot readers because things are tough all over, okay? Anyway, enough of that. Let's talk about the 7 of Wands here, because over here we see a little bit of struggle here, and I do think that there is this other person or people or there's someone around you that is just as creative and as powerful as you are, and I wonder if there's a little bit of I don't know if it's competition there or a little bit of struggle. I wonder if that's the person that they taught you to play chess or something. They taught you something that's competitive, and now it's kind of like you're equal with that competition. I don't know what it looks like a game of chess, but it could be something else. But the 7 of Wands is your general energy, is your this is your willingness to fight against all odds, and it's kind of like this is the kind of struggle that makes this like an epic story, an epic quest. Because against all odds, you, Sagittarius, managed to accomplish your will. So it's kind of like you're welcoming the most competition, the biggest obstacles that the universe can throw at you. You're almost welcoming them. Because one, I think you know what you're capable of. You know your power. And the greater the trials, the greater the rewards, right? So if something's really super easy, and then you say, look, I did it, then it's kind of like you just say, well, it wasn't that hard. But if something is absolutely so difficult and so challenging, you may get through it just by the skin of your teeth. You may slide in on your belly to home plate, but you made it. Your uniform's all ripped up, grass stains and everything, but you made it. You lost your helmet, but you're there, you know. So I feel like you're in that sort of energy now where you feel like you could take on the world. And see, this is kind of cool because this is one against the odds, right? This is one person against the opposition. This is two people against the opposition. So right now, I think in your life, you are looking for help, for the assistance to get to or to accomplish whatever this big move is. Okay? And I feel like there is strength in numbers here in your case, right? Because when we look at this card, we see that this is just kind of it's a little old, piece of wood. It's maybe some driftwood, or it's just something that's, against all of these very strong-looking rods or wands in the background, okay? And it's kind of saying, yeah, you could probably do it. You might get a little beat up. So we might be better off asking for a little bit of assistance to allow whoever's in your life helping you, allow them to help you, right? To recruit the very best sort of. It's like you're building a superhero team. But there has to be organization, and that's kind of the problem that we see next, because with these very big personalities involved, it's easy for people to sort of, for personalities to clash, for egos to clash, okay? We've got the luster strength card in the position of the environment. I think one thing, this card is you realizing that you have creative control over your life, over your environment. That it is your will. If you don't like the color of the walls, you're going to paint the walls or find new walls. If you don't like where you're living, if it doesn't resonate with you, you realize that you have the power and the responsibility to do something about it. Okay? So what we see with the Two of Wands and the Luster Strength card is almost this feeling of not so much invincibility, but this feeling of having control over everything. But you have to keep in mind, and I think that's part of what we're kind of running into with these 7 and 7, right? What we're running into with those is that you can't control everything. There are some things in the world that you just can't, no matter how powerful you are, no matter how creative you are. Some things are just outside the realm of human involvement, And that's part of this death card too, because the death card's up here saying, hey, don't forget about me. Ha 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 ha, evil laughter, right? Because things are going to change. Things are going to happen that you could not have predicted or prevented, and now you've got to roll with the punches and deal with it. And I think that might be where you're at now, where you have all of this creative power and you feel very excited, you feel very confident, and then these things happen that it's just, come on, really? Come on, why? And it's just that death card laughing, because death is just going to continue doing its thing. It doesn't really care about anybody, right? And so it's sort of in conflict with this lust and strength card here with the Leo energy. Sort of, these two are sort of fighting. This is kind of like, it's like that Street Fighter video game. These two are going to battle. Okay, your ability to control everything, your magic, your will, and then of course the fundamental force of the universe, change itself. And you cannot fight against change. So I think your method here is to sort of roll with it. To not only have one tool in your toolbox, be able to adapt. Not just sort of try to combat and brute force everything through. Right? We're not talking brute force here. We're talking strategy, we're talking planning, we're talking teamwork, okay? Talking organization and communication. as the way for you to roll with all of the variables that the death card's going to throw your way and has been throwing your way. Okay? Now, I may be saying all this sort of in the future tense, but you're kind of saying, yeah, I've been doing that. It's good. All right, good. So keep doing it. The last thing you want to do, though, is to throw out the plan itself, to just give up. That's the Ten of Swords saying, I quit. And we kind of take the GPS and we just smash it. I'm not going. You know, we take the map that we had, the treasure map, and we just burn it. I'm not going. Right? We're not going to do that. So that's why the Ten of Swords is here in the position of what we do not want. But this is also the struggle too, because the Ten of Swords can sometimes be self-betrayal or self-sabotage. So too much planning, right? The 7 is good. Let's not go past the 7. We get to the 8, and then it's kind of like, okay, now we're just now we're just locked in a room with our people, and we're just planning and planning and planning and writing reports. It's like now we just exist in a think tank. Think tanks are good. But if nothing escapes the think tank, what's the point? Nothing is ever implemented, nothing is ever done with that information, then it's futility, right? So that's the name of this card. So the 8 of Swords is the futility of the think tank, okay? So you have to be able to convert all of this analysis, all of this thinking and planning into something tangible, into proactive steps, all right? I want to do quickly one affirmation card from the language of flowers, and then we'll check out that mystery card. Let's see what we've got. The foxglove. Confidence. Yeah, you have a lot of confidence. It says, be what you want to see, right? Be the confidence that you want to see. And I don't think that's really been a problem for you. I think you have that. But remember that when we get here and we start sort of overthinking and overanalyzing and it seems like nothing's getting out of the think tank. Have your confidence. And the confidence here, this is your ability to impose your will on the world around you. So we need this. This is a very good energy. Of course, realize that the death card has final say in the matter, okay? But you still need to have this. Now let's look at the mystery card. Thank you, Tiny Bob Ross. Happy little Bob. Happy little trees. I do feel that the financial stuff's improving. So I think this is going to be some earth energy. Some hardcore earth energy, a 9, a 10, a wheel of fortune, not really earth, but sort of the empress, right? Sort of the abundant earth, the earth that is just green and growing with fruit. It's the cornucopia of everything. So those are my guesses, although maybe it'll be a development of the water energy kind of showing that, hey, you're going to be really happy, this is going to work out great, you're going to be very satisfied, and fulfilled. Yeah, but I'm thinking earth is what we need. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments, okay? Let's see what it is. It's the Empress. Mystery card is the Empress. Yes, indeed, because this is the earth energy. So this is showing that, yes, you're kind of taking everything from this think tank, from this team that you put together, and things are actually getting done. You're actually putting the car into gear and driving forward, okay, to make this big shift in your life, whatever it might be, if it's personal, professional, romantic, creative, if it's your living situation or your working situation, whatever. You're making the moves, right? And it's going to really pay off. This is a card of abundance. This is the card that says you're putting in all this effort, the earth will provide. The universe will provide the resources that you need, the people that you need, the opportunities that you need will be there when you need them. The financial thing will come through. Okay? The team will become organized. I think you might have to emerge as the leader and kind of get everybody in line, you know? And maybe it's just one other person, maybe it's just different sides of yourself, could be. And whatever this big shift is, you're shifting into a kind of a new kingdom in your life, and you're in charge there. It's yours, right? You're building a world that is sort of revolving around you in a way, in a very good way. Okay, and I think that this is a lot of joy, a lot of beauty, a lot of indulging in the beauty around you, sharing that love. Again, I said at the beginning, you've got a gift and you want to connect with people. You want to give that gift out. And the more you do that, the more people give you gifts too. It's kind of like it's that gift exchange, it's the Secret Santa kind of thing. And so I feel that you really are becoming, you're becoming a major figure in life. And I think people are going to be kind of pouring their praises on you in a way, right? Or it feels as if the universe is just keeps giving you more gifts. Yeah. Stay humble, but enjoy it. Yeah, you've earned it. And I don't know, I feel like after this, like, could this be the last tarot reading that you need? Like, could this be the end? I mean, I don't want to talk myself out of a job or anything, but I feel like this is the big one. This is like, hey, shocking news. It's all coming together. And when you're in this Empress energy, I don't know that you're going to need anything else. It's kind of like you rely on a guide until you become your own guide. Until you've mastered the landscape and you don't need a guide. You know the way, you know the route, you know the jungle, and you can make your own trail anytime you want now. Yeah. So I feel like you've leveled up in some spiritual way, or this is kind of this is referring to that. Maybe that's the big transition, that you're going from kind of a seeker now to the guide, to the leader. Right? That you have been seeking, now you're finding. And so I feel like you're kind of, there are tools in your life that you no longer need and you're putting them down. I hope you'll come back and watch just to support the channel, okay? But I wonder if this is kind of like, if maybe that's a question in your mind, is like, things are going this way and maybe this is the last one I need, And I don't want to talk myself out of a job, but we'll see. We're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Sagittarius Wednesdays and Sundays. Be sure to watch both. I hope you'll come back. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It is totally free. Leave a comment and let me know kind of what's going on with you, or let me know where in the world you're watching from. All right? Give a shout out to your country or your town or wherever you are. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.